Hello everyone, I am back in today's English class. Hope everyone is doing fine. Students, we have finished off lesson 3, Two Stories of Flying, part 1, his first flight. Yes, there we came across a young seagull who overcomes his fear of flight. Yes, flight or flying. We all do dream or desire to fly or soar in the sky and wonder why God didn't provide us with wings to fly. Yes, flying is all about taking risks. Unlike birds who are natural flyers, we resort to artificial machinery or aircraft. And flying an airplane is also taking chances of risk. Yes, in today's lesson, we have such kind of a story where our author is a pilot. Let us check what is the lesson. The Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth. Frederick Forsyth was born on 28th August 1838. He was an English author, spy, journalist, and professional political commentator. So, let us check The Black Aeroplane, a thriller. By the end of today's class, you will be able to read the lesson with proper pronunciation, enrich and enhance your vocabulary. You will be able to understand the lesson and grasp the meaning. Students, before I go into the lesson, let me tell you the gist of the story. The author or the pilot is eager to meet his family and have breakfast with them. And in that eagerness, he takes a wrong decision instead of the right. Miraculously, he escapes or is saved by the help of a mysterious plane. So let us check what happens. The pilot was flying his old Dakota D5088 over France. He was on his way to England. It was a moonlit night and stars were twinkling in the sky. The author was feeling at peace as everything was going smooth. And he starts fantasizing about having breakfast with his family at home. It was almost 1:30. On his way, he contacts the control room and informs them about his flight and destination. They suggest him to take 12 degrees west. He checks with his compass and other instruments and switches on to his last and second fuel tank. And as I told you, everything was going smooth. He was at peace. But suddenly, there were huge black clouds right in front of his plane. He was comparing these black clouds to black mountains. He was in a dilemma as to go over the clouds or to go back to Paris. If he does that, fuel in his tank would not be sufficient. He was in a dilemma. His eagerness to meet his family overcomes his dilemma and he takes risk. And he goes through the black clouds. And once through the black clouds, everything was very dark. Nothing was visible from his plane. Outside, no, he could not see anything. And he was wondering where he was, what he was to do. And slowly he lost control from the control room and all the equipment or the instruments in his plane stopped working. And he understood that he was lost in the black clouds. And you know what happened? He could see a black plane just right in front of his Dakota. And the pilot in that plane waved his hand and asked him to follow the black plane. The pilot was following the black plane like an obedient child. Almost for an hour, the Dakota was following the black airplane. And again the pilot starts getting tensed as he was able to understand that his tank was going to exhaust in few minutes and maybe it would run for another 10 minutes or more. And you know what happened? He could observe the black plane going down. And as he followed and came down, he saw that it was a runway of an airport. He lands safely. And he thought that after landing safely, he would thank the pilot of the black airplane. So he searches and he finds no one. And he inquires in the control room, the woman in the control room, that who is the pilot, who is the second pilot, or who is the pilot in that black airplane. The woman in the control room replies that there was no other pilot and no other flight except you and yours. So he was thinking, or he was like surprised, who was that pilot in that black airplane? So students, any guesses from you? Who was that pilot in that strange black plane? Yes, it is you to ponder over it. But let me tell you, students, we all need to take risk when time comes. Now here in our lesson, the pilot or the author took risk as the love or the eagerness to meet his family made him take that kind of risk. And there was a helping hand that was of God who showed him the right way. Students, so you judge or you think over it whether it is a mystery or a miracle. That's all for today's class. Thank you.